Like this stuff.
What you told me the other day, P? You said we finna have a little segment called Casey's Candid. Called what you called it? You don't remember? You don't remember? I don't remember. What you said?
Casey's Candid Conversations.
There we go. Good. Let's have one of those.
Wait a minute. Are you saying we about to have a candid conversation right now? Is that what you want to
Yeah, let's have one.
say?
And I don't know if
All
it's really candid, but we're gonna have a good conversation.
all right, so here we go, y'all. So we got a new segment that we're bringing to the table, and that new segment is KC's Candid Conversations. Change the
This,
channel or tune in. It is up to you.
no, it ain't even no bad one. Look here. No, it ain't even really candid. It's just like this. This is what I want to talk. Recently, or I ain't gonna say recently. I'm gonna say in life, I ran into somebody who was me. I don't want to say a doppelganger, but the female version of me,
Mhm.
right? And well, I don't even want to say it's me. I just want to say person. But ran into the exact same person, just the female version or the male version. Let's go with that, the opposite, but the exact same person that you are, right? Just the opposite version.
Okay.
And when I seen this, I didn't realize it until I realized it, right? Like, wait a minute, this is strange. You know what I'm saying? Too much familiarity.
Yeah.
And when you start noticing, like, damn, this person is acting just how I would act towards them, right? So
Okay.
here's the thing. What happens when you find a person who acts just like you? Will you be able to recognize it? And I say this because a lot of things that transpired was like, damn, this kind of make me a little uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Was it making me uncomfortable because, hey, this is some shit that I would do, or this is it making me uncomfortable because, hey, wait a minute, you're a little aggressive, or is it making me uncomfortable because, hey, you've been stalking me? You know what I'm saying? So my question to the people, to the world, is this: what if you run into the opposite version of you, and you can see you from another person's perspective?
Yeah.
Would you be able to identify the traits of yourself? And if you are able to identify the traits of yourself, will you like them? And then, if you do like them, will you say, "Hey, this can be, I like the way you did that. That was pretty slick," or will you say, "Hmm"? And then, will you identify the faulty traits, the bad ones? Because everybody want to look and say, "Oh, I'm a player," but will you identify the bad ones and say, "This needs corrective action," right? Because it's a cold thing. We all think the best of ourselves, and we all have um, a lack of self esteem at times. But if you get to that, if you get to see yourself, if you get to see P the way other people see you, would you be able? Would you like everything about yourself? If you get to see you from another person's perspective, how the rest of the world sees you, but it's exactly you, would you be able to say with certainty, like, yeah, this is I like this person? And I say that because when I seen it, it's some things that I said, damn, this can be changed. That can be changed. This can be changed. You start identifying, and again, I come back to what we said many episodes ago, where you got to be honest with yourself about certain things that you see and willing to change and willing to work on. And as you start going through these growth processes and learning yourself and healing quests and things like that, you're gonna start seeing things that you may not necessarily like about yourself. But in that moment, it's the time where you take it and you address it. right? Because we all have this, to piggyback off what you said earlier, we all have this dream or this dream lifestyle that we want to achieve and get to. You know what I mean? And we got to put them little goals, get them, start hitting them little milestones that we go for until we reach it. So as I was writing these questions, I was asking, will you be able to identify yourself when God puts you in front of you through the perspective of other people? Will you be able to identify these are your characteristics and these are your traits that you carry and that people see your representative? The next question is, can you handle yourself? You know what I mean? Can you handle that person? Now that you know, are you too much for somebody? Are you not enough? You know, are you over aggressive? Are you passive? Are you pessimistic? Are you what you know, can you handle that? And do you like the version that do you like the way people see you? Do you like the people that do you like the person that people see? You know what I mean? And that's what I want to ask you today. So I just asked you 4 questions. I'm gonna give you a chance to dissect those and answer those.
Um, so a couple of things, but what you're talking about in a nutshell, I'll start just right there, and then as the conversation progresses, we can go everywhere that my mind went while you was talking. But let's just start in a nutshell. Couple
Go for it.
things. This is why self-reflection is key. Self-reflection is a best practice. You said if God puts or when God puts someone in front of you that you can see, yeah, it's like a mirror image of yourself, and you can see that back. Well, you know, being it, that's like self-reflection at that point. And if individuals are willing to do the work, they can ask God for self-reflection ahead of waiting on it. You can put it into a best practice and actually practice self-reflection. None of this stuff happens like immediately. It takes time, and you have to be mindful and aware. That's the other thing you're talking about, awareness, being aware that there's work to be done and then being willing to do the work. Some people are so oblivious and ignorant to the fact that there's work to be done that they're okay with what they're doing. That's the average individual. So self-reflection and awareness is something that is above average, especially when you put it into practice. I also mention often, I talk about the 30-day goal habit sheet that I send out to all my members
Right.
and that I practice myself. So currently this month, my and it's interesting because God put it on my heart. Actually, I know people say that like when they go to church, but it's true. I was thinking all day today. So today I stayed the whole day at my office. Um, I left after my first session at 8:30, and the rest of the day I left the house after 8:30. The rest of the day I was at the office until I came here to my home office to do this show. Literally, I came right in from the office. I was there all day, and it was put on my heart on everything I love. And my mom be saying this to me too, but to share my best practice for this month, what mine is. Now, this doesn't necessarily have this. So anyway, my best practice, I'm going to share it. And you don't ever have to share what your best practice is with anyone because you're not trying to influence anyone. It's not up for anybody's judgment. It's not to try to impress anyone. It's for you and you alone. But I've been doing this so long, and my goal is to help other people and teach and inspire. So I'm
Mm.
okay with sharing mine with whoever here. Here's my 30-day goal right now. It's one of my best practices. So a couple months ago, my best practice was I was coaching football. My best practice was to be the best reflection of myself at all times.
Mm.
I was coaching the youth football program, and there was a lot of opportunities where I could have been the other reflection of myself. But because I was in my best practice of being the best reflection of myself at all times, I had a parent come out the stands cussing, going crazy. And all everybody can say is, I can't believe how that coach handled himself. I don't know many people that would have, but I was in the practice of I'm going to be the best reflection of myself at all times because of my business and my brand. I told myself this when I took the coaching job. Then the next month, I said, all right, I want to continue with being the best reflection of myself. But I said this time, I think I missed the mark. I'm going to be the best reflection of myself. This was the next month, according to God's will. So I want to be the best reflection of myself according to God's will. That was the next month. And this was back in football season. Now, fast forward to this month, we're in April. And I was like, I want to revisit being the best reflection of myself. But it's something that I'll always be thinking about improving, right? And then it came to me and I said, this month, I'm going to be the best reflection of myself financially. And I was like, ooh. And so I put it on my phone, and I put it to pop up periodically throughout the day. And I put it on in my notes, and I look at it because that's what I do with my goals. And so right now, the one that I'm working on currently is to be the best reflection of myself financially. And every time I say it, I feel great. I feel like a burden is being released because one of the burdens that I've had for some time is the financial burden of being here and getting to that ultimate dream, that ultimate goal where I see myself. So that's my 30-day goal right now. But the reason I shared that story and that backstory is to get back to what you were saying. You can handle it if you see someone who resembles you. It could be your child, it can be a significant other, it can be a friend, it can be someone who you just met. You can handle it more when you are in practice of your best practices, like self-reflection, awareness, self-discipline. When you are already in practice of these things, and the reason I started smiling when you was talking, it's not a bad thing. However it comes to you, and you are aware of a bad habit, that is a celebration because you just identified an opportunity to improve. I get excited when I think of areas where I need to improve. I don't get sad, frustrated, or feel less than. I actually get juiced because I'm like, oh shit, that's an area right there that I'm going to work on to improve. So identify a weakness and train until it becomes a strength. Identify a weakness and train until it becomes a strength. Now, if that comes from you through self-reflection of seeing it from someone else or your own work, however it comes to you, anytime that you identify something that you don't quote unquote like about yourself, it's a beautiful opportunity because you just unlock the opportunity to improve yourself. That's basically what I would say in a nutshell. I can go on, but